Hey everyone, welcome back to Sgcarmart. So we're here today to preview a very important new model for BMW, and that's the new generation BMW 5 Series. And just like the 7 Series that was recently launched, the 5 Series is being launched with its all-electric brother, the new BMW i5. So let's go in and take a closer look. Now, this 8th generation 5 Series has grown longer, wider and taller. So now this car is just over 5 meters long, 1.9 meters wide and around 1.5 meters tall. So in terms of the design, it's, I would say, a familiar looking car, right? So the front still looks quite familiar, but we have some reworked design elements. So the grille is going to be a little bit more angular than before, and we have this illumination as well. And in the lights, we have these vertical LED elements. At the side of the car, you can see this very prominent line that runs across the width of the car. And also, this is the launch edition, so you're going to get these titanium bronze trim elements as well. Inside, the 5 Series looks very similar to the 7 Series, and that's because it takes a lot of inspiration from the 7 Series, right? And you're going to get a lot of the same technological elements that you'll find across BMW's range right now. So take, for example, the curved display. We have a 14.9 control display as well as a 12.3-inch information display, and that's housed in this nice curved display. It's important to note though that in the 5 Series, this now runs operating system 8.5. So it's operating system 8 but updated. So the interface is slightly different now. Instead of the horizontal scrolling interface, you now have a vertical scrolling interface, and some of the buttons are a little bit different. And I think of note, the climate control menu is different now, and it looks a bit more traditional in that sense, up and down for fan speed, temperature is still here. It's a little bit simpler, and I appreciate that. Now, this new OS 8.5 on the 5 Series will actually be also rolled out to all the 7 Series and i7 models, and that can be done via OTA updates. And we also understand that some of the other models in the range will get updated as well, depending on the production date. Now, beyond that, there are, again, other familiar elements, right? So for example, the interaction bar that we first saw on the 7 Series, that's here as well, although it's not quite as sleek and seamless as on the 7 Series, but a lot of that functionality is very similar. And the rest of the cabin is going to be a fairly familiar space for anyone that's sat in a kind of brand new BMW, right? So a lot of the same controls, your hidden aircon vents, stuff like that. And on this car, we have a 2-spoke steering wheel, but with the M Sport model, you get a 3-spoke steering wheel. This is the launch edition model, so you're gonna get titanium bronze trimmings all around, as well as this very nice open pore wood trim in the cabin. But beyond that, it's a very nice and familiar 5 Series space. It's also worth pointing out that with the increased dimensions of this car, wheelbase has actually grown by 20 mm, so there is a little bit more space here in the rear. Now, let's talk performance. So, the 5 Series will be first offered as a 520i, so we have a 2-litre turbocharged engine producing 190 brake horsepower and 310 Nm of torque. And it's also a mild hybrid system, so there is a little bit of electric boost, but the main benefit, of course, is efficiency and refinement. Here we have the i5, and visually it looks identical to the 5 Series, and that's because it is the same car after all. The main difference is this eye badge over here, as well as some of the blue surrounds on the logos around the car. Beyond that though, both these cars are effectively the same, right? You can have them in the same trim levels, and design-wise, they are going to be identical. The i5 range starts with the i5 eDrive 40, so you get 335 brake horsepower and 400 Nm of torque sent to the rear wheels. And we have an 81.2 kWh battery, and that will give you a range of up to 582 km. Subsequently, there will be a higher performance variant coming, and that will be the i5 M60, and in that one, you're going to get around 600 brake horsepower, and that's slated to come sometime early next year. So yes, that's a very quick preview of the new 5 Series as well as the i5. So Julian is actually in Lisbon right now driving the i5, so look out for that video of his first impressions of the car. So the cars are currently still being homologated, so we don't have exact pricing, but indicative pricing of the 5 Series starts at 370,000 and for the i5 at about 400,000. And first customer deliveries are scheduled very soon in October. So we hope you've enjoyed this video. Do remember to like, share and subscribe to our channel, and of course you can hit the notification bell so you will be alerted of all our upcoming videos. And of course check us out on TikTok at Sgcarmart. So that's all I have. I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh my god, my handprint. Buy the car. Buy. Please donate me $370,000. Nice and familiar 5 Series space. But can you just cut that last line?
No, I'm leaving it in.
There.